What's up, YouTube Nation? Let me first apologize for the lighting. It's night, as you might know if you can look through the window right there. It's night, so Sunday night, and I want to welcome you to the first ever story night. Sundays, every Sunday, I'll be doing this where I'll be giving you stories on whatever comes to mind. You know what I mean? Tonight, I like to share a story with you guys, and that's my diving career, diving life. You know, as you guys already know, if you watch my vlog for the past week, I'm actually doing a bit of tank refilling in a dive shop here on Petit Martinique. So I thought it'd be kind of, what's that word? Eerie, kind of fitting to give you that story of how I got into diving. And yeah, how am I doing with diving so far? So, you know, I actually grew up between Jamaica, back, some years in Jamaica, some years in Canada, more so in Jamaica. And as a youth, I always loved the sea. I always like going to the beaches. For us in Jamaica, life was just about going to the beach on a weekend and, trying to splash around in the water and stuff. Not too much of diving and getting into boats or nothing like that, but just going to the beach. You know what I mean? And when I left there, I left there in '96, and I came to the eastern side of the Caribbean here, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Grenada, and this is where my love grew for the ocean. You know, because the ocean, these islands are so small. I mean, if you can see out that window right now, all you'll see is the ocean, trees, and the ocean. That's how close we are. I can make like 50 steps, and I'll be in the ocean. I'll be on the bayside, on the shoreline. So yeah, that's how close we live to the sea right now. And as I get as I spend more time here, every day used to be, as soon as lunch is done, you jump in the ocean and you play with your friends. You play dive, where you duck down and you try to find people and stuff like that. So when I finished school in '99, when I finished high school in '99, I actually went back. Well, actually, I did a bit of sailing from here to Martinique, selling fish, and then that was for like 2 months. And then after, I did some sailing from here to Saint Martin, Anguilla, Saint Kitts Nevis, Saint Lucia, for approximately like a year and a half, and got into the sailing aspect of diving, of sea life. You know what I mean? And then one Christmas, coming up to Christmas, the vessel that I used to work with, that's Casey Star, it got into some engine problems. So when we actually made it back here from Saint Martin, I decided, I was given a ticket to go back home to Jamaica, and I said, you know what, better me take it and go, man. You know what I mean? Spend a time and come back. And yeah, I'm gonna have a little snack, cookie snack, biscuit snack, tea time they call it. Yeah, so I went back home. Was only to spend like a month home in Jamaica and come back. But then while I was there in the month, I realized, bro, I didn't see none of my friends from back in my school days. So kind of extended my ticket to an open ticket, you know, valid for a year. And Started a bit of work, gotta work, because I wanted to see my friends. I want to spend more time around, so hopefully I get to see some of my friends. Now the work I got was working for Jacta Villa Resort. That's for you guys, for anybody who's been to Jamaica. That's right by the airport in Montego Bay. You know, on that stretch there, on Front Road. hmm And I was working for this dive shop, but I was working. They had pad boats, kayaks, canoes. They used to have some guys come and bring jet skis. So yeah, I was working for them for the year, and it dawned on me like you've been around the islands there. So yeah, I realized I was there doing what we call snorkeling more or less. But how we do snorkeling here, most times you go out with an aim and a purpose. Either you're going to get sea moss, either you're going to dive lambi, either you're going to go shoot fish. So that's how I got into really diving, is going and keeping up. When I say keeping up, if you go to dive for fish, you have a strap with a buoy on one end and a piece of iron on one end, and you when you shoot a fish, you string the fish onto that line and you swim with it behind you. So yeah, I used to go out and hold that for guys, and that's how I got into diving. So just seeing the world of diving and putting on a mask and something and seeing what's out there and seeing what these guys do. And so yeah, when I was in Jamaica working there, I was like, you know what? I want to get diving. I want to be qualified as a tank diver, and that's how I got started. My first instructor, his name was Aubrey. I don't think Aubrey wanted to certify me. I'm gonna be honest, you know what I mean, because he really did give me a hard time to get qualified, to get certified as a diver. So, you know, I really think he didn't want to certify me. But eventually, I did get certified. I didn't. I spent like 8 months working there, got certified, and then I came back here to Grenada, where I decided, well, I wanted to further my qualifications from just a diver to an advanced open water diver and whatever. And I joined with a dive shop you call Carrefour Silver Diving. It no longer exists because the guy is now old. The owner is now old, and you know, he suffered a stroke recently, so he shut down business and moved back to home. He's actually white. He's not from here, so he went back home to wherever he was from. And yeah, between doing that and going out and diving with them guys with the boats, because what we do is a big thing now where you go out in boats and you tank dive for lobster, for fish, for conchs. So yeah, it progressed from just doing that small, keeping up and swimming with the guys and stringing their fishes, to being able to shoot fish for myself, you know, dive lobster, and not just beer wing, but getting into the tank bit of it and doing it. Now, I haven't actually dive lambi with tank, but I've dived lobster with tank, and boy, I tell you, it was a challenge for me in the beginning because I could find the lobster, but I couldn't jig them. They have these sticks with this piece of wire, loop wire, and you have to get the lobster into that and then jig it, and that was the problem, man. I could find the lobsters, yeah, but I couldn't jig it for nothing. So it was a kind of struggle at first for me, and getting into shooting with anybody, whether you're old or young, whether you're doing it through tank diving or just barewing, shooting a fish takes time to learn as well. So for me, everything was just a learning process, what I mean? But eventually, life progresses and change and has ups and downs with it. Well, one minute I was doing that tank diving thing, and then the next minute, I stopped. I left here and I went to Union. And while I was in Union, I even had my own speedboat. So yeah, I was doing my fishing. I was doing tank dive, not tank diving, but beer wind diving. And in doing that, I was able to hone my skills better on how to jig the lobster better, how to shoot fish better, more efficiently, how to find and really gather lambi and get them in the boat. So over the years, my diving skills have grown, and acquiring fish and lobster, everything has grown. So yeah, but in the last, I would say maybe like the last 5 6 years, 7 years, I changed because I used to, like I say, I used to go out and we'll get these stuff and we'll sell them. But being by myself in my boat and over in Union, the market there used to be a struggle and a bit of a frustration. And then obviously some people ain't like me. So when I come to the market to sell my goods and you don't like me, you wanna frown. I might be the honest man there at the time with my stuff. You want to frown, you want to beat me down and all sort of stupidness. So I just decided, you know what? I must stop diving for people. If I go out there, I go out there because I need some lambi, I need some lobster, I need some fish. You know, around here, you do try to do that diving thing as a survival to make money, put food on the table, put $1 in your pocket. But if people don't like you, it's gonna be a hard task. You know what I mean? If people aren't willing to gravitate you and support you by buying your product, it's not going to be. They'll find all manner of problems with it, with your goods. So I just decided, you know what? I ain't into this frustration. I ain't into this fussing and this arguing and this bickering, and because it takes a lot for somebody to get up on mornings and leave their house and go out there and fish or dive and do what they gotta do. Bring it shore for you to scrutinize their goods. So I just decided, you know what? I done with that. I dive for myself. Whatever I dive, I eat myself. You know what I mean? So yeah. Anyhow, this story will just be a short story, 15 minutes hopefully, and we're about 30 minutes in now. So I'll probably give you all a part two, a little continuation, a little bit more in depth next Sunday. I want y'all to turn on every Sunday to story time. Sunday night, you'll be seeing this Monday morning. So keep your post notifications on, like, share, subscribe to the channel, and every Sunday night, Monday morning, we got the story time for you. Story time vlogs every Sunday night, Monday morning. Tune in and hear a story from me. See you guys until next time.